Hello, hello. So I've yet to show exactly how my mill is. I put it together on a budget, what I have, where I got it, and all that. So I'm going to kind of go through it right now, show you what I got, kind of explain what it costs, and before I do a mill run, probably tomorrow, but at least kind of help other people trying to put one together on a budget. So get this in a different hand. Okay, so the first thing I've got here, slowly working on my messy shop. I did have these tanks set up for a recirculating system, but as you're pumping muddy water in there, it just never has a chance to settle, and I ended up having to shovel about a ton of sludge out of all three of those. So now I'm using them to store clean water. I'm collecting rainwater right now that I can run about 2 hours, 2.5 hours on these. So I got these. I had to get a new pump because, like I said, that sludge pumping out of there just ruined my last pump. Got to wait till the glue dries before I can run it. But so that's the water. Oh, some antlers down here. So here's my jaw crusher I just made. I need to upgrade this wooden hopper to steel, but I got a bargain on, so you can see this conveyor belt is really intended to be flat, but it works at an angle. So I got that one, the one there, and then the one there. They're all identical. I just have fabricated them. I got all three of those on Craigslist for $100 a piece. So that was a smoking deal. So they came with these variable speed, these gear motors, and like gear motor variable or a three-phase motor. I had to buy these variable speed drives for all of them so I can control the speed on them. So they work really good. So I load my ore in here. I need to get a better conveyor that stuff doesn't roll down so much, but this goes up in, feeds my jaw crusher. You can't see it very well. It's right there. And then I've just kind of made a little funnel it down onto this conveyor, and I get, it's about 3/4 minus. So then it feeds on this other conveyor back to the jaw crusher. My brother got that used for I think about $1,500. So just keep your eyes open and get pretty good deals. And I've had to get electric motors for everything to run it all, but so that one works pretty good. So it goes up here and on up to feed this Stutenroth impact crusher, hammer mill / impact crusher. So it's really only supposed to have like 3/8 to ½ inch feed material. It can tend to get clogged up in there. So the 3/4 minus that comes up this conveyor here, and I made this screen with a drill there, cheap little vibrator screen, to vibrate the fines down into there. The oversized, I'll have them dump into buckets usually here, sometimes just in a pile I'll shovel up. So before I get started, I'll usually load this hopper up, and then I'll run this conveyor up, and it feeds this, like I said, this Stutenroth impact crusher, and I feed it wet. I have water pouring in the top that rinses it down. And if you'd seen any of my old videos, I used to have this wavetable as a classifier system, but it was just didn't work great, and I was worried about wearing out the table. So I am working on this classifier system here that just dumps directly down on a screen. In there, I have expanded metal to support the screen, and the vibration from the crusher I found does work. I just built a better spray bar, and with my new pump I'll have better water pressure. It should work, and then it'll just, the coarse stuff will dump out on here and I can refeed that. And then onto this Mount Baker Mining and Metal shaker table, which works really good. I just need some better ore to run on it. So that part of the mill was running pretty good, but if you've ever milled any ore, the thing you will quickly find out is you have a lot of tailings to deal with, and I could never run very long before I was trying to deal with that. So I got lucky, so I kept my ears open, and I scored this auger with a gearbox on it. I had to put a motor. Variable, it's a 3-phase, so I put a variable speed drive on it. I scored this for free, so I just had to buy a little bit of steel and kind of support the end there. I just made a wood frame, and it works pretty good. So yeah, it dumps in there, and then the water dumps in there, and I pump that up the hill on my property. I'm going to make a settling pond up there that's bigger that I can reuse that water. And then my plan from here, the tailings dump into here. Look at that, trapped me a damn pack rat. Been chewing up everything in my shop. Hopefully there's no more. Anyway, so the tailings will pile up in this bin, and I plan on using the old grain auger I used to try to use for my tailings. It didn't work, to just shove right in here and auger it into my dump trailer. But I got 2 of these bins. I think I can move them with a pallet jack, and I can hold about a ton in each one, I guess. So I can run 2 tons at a time, which is plenty for what I'll be doing in the shop. So, and then kind of explain this a little more. We have in the table the number 1 port here and number 2, and I have cups underneath to separate, but they both dump into this bin here so I don't lose anything if something gets knocked over. And then this bin, the overflow, will dump into these middlings concentrates, so another safety. If I do kind of overflow anything, I still keep it. And then I just pump excess water over into there. So I'm getting ready to, probably tomorrow, to kind of start cleaning out some piles of ore, rerun this oversized again, and I'll get a video of that run. See if I do any better. I did just bolt my table down. It wasn't bolted down before. It seemed pretty stable, but I did notice a little shimmy on the floor, so maybe my recovery will get better. We'll see tomorrow. We'll include it all together in one. Okay, I'm going to try to fire this thing up for a little while. I'm just going to try to leave the camera here because every time I cut some new adjustments, there's a lot of running around keeping it going. So I'm just going to leave the camera running here. Once I get it started, I'll turn the camera back on as I'm starting it up, and hopefully we don't have any disasters. And if we do, we'll have them on camera. Okay, so I just shut it down. Getting low on water. I didn't have too much piled up, so I can get a little bit of gold, not a lot. This is mostly just a test run of some ore I had piled up and I didn't know where it came from. So everything's running pretty smooth though. The classifier system, I'm getting a little bit coming out on this side, so I'm thinking about maybe directing it to the middle so it kind of have a little bit less fines coming in here. Then I need to tighten up the belt on this conveyor. It kept slipping and stopping on me, so that's just a minor fix. And yeah, other than that, it's running pretty smooth. And I need to put something to slow this down. It's kind of splashing up there to kind of, maybe I'll channel and put something to stop that and get it to go down so it's not splashing over the top. Well, in all, I'm pretty happy with that run. I'm going to go ahead and get it cleaned up here and see what, show you what gold I got, which is not going to be much. Well, like I said, very, very little gold. Just a little right there you can see. Nothing worth focusing on. Wasn't really after, I'm always after gold, but just kind of processing some stuff I didn't even know what it was over there. I had in buckets. So, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with the mill. Just got to tighten up that conveyor belt right up there. Kind of fine tune my classifier system a little bit. And shoot, that's about it. I think I got her pretty well dialed. So hopefully seeing what I got here can kind of give you some ideas to put your own mill together on a budget. Thanks for watching.